welcome to another Naughty Dog Twitch stream.
Yeah.
This is all going to be about Uncharted 4 multiplayer because we're super excited to have the multiplayer release later this week for everybody to play. We revealed multiplayer a few weeks ago for the first time. You saw the trailer that was there, and
even without audio, that trailer still kicks ass.
Yeah, we weren't able to listen to the audio while everybody else out there was
awesome.
was watching it. Yeah, I love that trailer, and it was really impressive to put together. A lot of work by our video team and our QA team to put that together.
Those one-shots took so much time. People spent so much time doing those things.
But we're really happy to get it in everybody's hands. We submitted everything to be put up on the store last week.
Yep.
So we're really excited. We've been playing a lot of matches internally and testing it, so we're really looking forward to it. I was actually out with Robert at Paris Games Week to reveal multiplayer and talk about it to everyone. And he had a really great presentation, which we won't do here.
Let's hope not, no.
Put you on the spot, and we'll just talk about it. But I've got some key members from the multiplayer team here. Why don't you introduce ourselves?
Hi, my name is Aaron Daly. I'm a game designer on Uncharted 4 multiplayer.
My name is Robert Cogburn, lead game designer over at U4MP.
Vinith, also multiplayer designer on Uncharted 4 multiplayer.
And we're going to go through everything and anything that's in the Uncharted 4 multiplayer beta. We wanted you to get a good feel of what to expect when you load it up later this week, and really sort of give you a leg up in terms of how to use a lot of the gameplay features that we have in there, a good look at the menus and character customizations, and how it all works. So you're really prepared, so pay close attention to it.
Show you how it ticks and talks.
Sure. And so this is going to be the first time everyone's going to take a look at what we were trying to do with Uncharted 4 multiplayer. And we're really sort of taking everything that we've learned from the previous games and put it into the Uncharted 4 gameplay and sort of updated it. What was the process? What was the thought process as you approached multiplayer 4?
Yeah, from the start, we were sort of trying to focus on this idea of high adventure that the franchise is obviously known for. And then the pulp action genre is also known for camaraderie. And so throughout the course of development, we were holding on to those core pillars while also ensuring that some of the principles we've learned from Uncharted 2, Uncharted 3, and The Last of Us multiplayer were applied throughout our iteration process. And through the iteration process, we really latched on to this idea of, given that this is the last Uncharted game Naughty Dog to be putting together, we really wanted to have a high level of fan service. And when we started considering what we could do to leverage the Uncharted universe in the moment-to-moment multiplayer, that's when we sort of stumbled upon what we could do with the Mysticals. And the Mysticals we'll be discussing here in a minute. And through that iteration process, we were prototyping a wide variety of ideas, and a lot of these ideas revolved around leveraging AI. With the PlayStation 4, we can do a bunch of cool stuff with AI now that we couldn't do on the PlayStation 3. And we held on to a couple of nuggets as we were prototyping ideas. And those nuggets are now in the beta, and those are the sidekicks. And the sidekicks really spawned from this idea that a hero, generally in the pulp action genre, has this sidekick, and this sidekick fulfills a certain role that the hero usually doesn't. And so we're going to be covering some of the sidekicks here in a moment. And so throughout the course of development, we were really trying to hold on to these principles of high adventure and camaraderie while ensuring that we carry a number of lessons that we have from the past.
Well, but we've had a lot of verticality to the game as well, right? Like, that was one of the things that I really liked it when we were working on multiplayer for Uncharted 2, is the fact that we're really trying to take advantage of the fact that you can climb and really have these different vantage points when you're playing the multiplayer map. And so that was something that was a deep consideration into this iteration of it as well. Yeah, right?
One of the big shifts of mentality regarding philosophies for U4MP is what we've done for the map design. Previously in Uncharted games, the layouts were very arena-like. You get shot from a wide variety of directions. And this time we've been very conscious of ensuring that we create spaces that allow people to work together while also leveraging all the mechanics that make Uncharted unique, like traversal, rope, and cover.
Well, speaking of unique, So Uncharted has always had supernatural elements in the game, and I got asked this question so many times at Gamescom if Uncharted will have supernatural elements, and I had to keep my mouth shut and say, well, it was going to be in multiplayer, but I couldn't say anything about it at that point. So, but we do have supernatural elements in multiplayer.
Yeah, absolutely. We call these items mystical objects, or we just call them straight up mysticals, actually. And why don't we go ahead and start showing off our first mystical here, which is the Chintamani Stone. So the Chintamani Stone comes from Uncharted 2, and the way this works is that upon activation, the player is imbued with the ability to revive their teammates. In the moment-to-moment of U4 multiplayer, we've introduced the down state, and those who are familiar with The Last of Us may recognize that. And what the Chintamani Stone allows you to do is that when you purchase it using the in-game store, you're able to revive your allies instantaneously within a certain range while you're holding L1 and R1. It's a little hard to see in the video. You see that little ring that flashes there. And actually, before Paris Game Show, it functioned entirely differently. Vinith, you want to go into why it's so much better now?
Yeah, so we made some pretty big changes. Previously, the Chintamani Stone followed the user who used it. We found that wasn't working well because as a support player, you kind of want to hang back and support your team, whereas when it's centered on you, you sort of have to be the center of the fight, which is not very conducive to a support kind of strategy. So we've changed it to be now a ranged ability, so you cast it at a location and it revives people at that location. So as you see in this video, you can kind of hang back and cover and revive your teammates. We found it works a lot better that way.
So what's the AoE radius?
Oh, sorry. Well, as you can see, it's quite big. It's good enough to get pretty much anyone that you want to get.
Why don't we go ahead and check out the Wrath of El Dorado next?
So all these mysticals are coming from, we mentioned this at Paris Games Week, but all these mysticals are coming from the elements in each of the Uncharted games.
Correct.
So far.
Correct. The mysticals span the Uncharted universe, if you will. We're actually going to reveal two today that we haven't spoken of yet, so this Twitch stream is an exclusive for those items. So what you're looking at right now is the Wrath of El Dorado, and the purpose of this mystical here is to sort of break up the enemy formation. One of the things we really tried to emphasize in the moment-to-moment multiplayer of this game is this idea of fronts. You know, my team's on one side, the enemy team is on the other. And we saw in high-level competitive play in some of the previous Uncharted games is that teams generally would hunker down into space and never move. And it was sort of first to blink towards the end of the match would sort of get the win. And so to break up fronts, we've sort of crafted the Wrath of El Dorado, that when you throw it out into the combat field, the totem spawns that you're seeing in the video there, and it sends out these mystical spirits that track down enemies. And the Wrath of El Dorado isn't a one-hit down. It just does damage to the player, and they can get hit by multiple specters.
What's the DPS? I'm kidding. I'm going to ask all of these jerk questions the entire time.
Yeah, actually, hopefully in a later Twitch we can get into the nitty-gritty if all this stuff works. I think the next mystical we're going to show is going to be the Spirit of the Djinn. So the Spirit of the Djinn that's going to come up here in a minute is from Uncharted 3. And the way this works is that upon activation, the user is imbued with the ability to teleport or dash. In teleporting, they can't take cover, but they're able to dash around the map very quickly for a certain amount of time that you see there at the bottom left-hand corner. This mystical is particularly helpful when you're looking to close the distance, as you see in the video here, but it's also great to get away in a flash when you're outnumbered. And the next mystical, this one's a new one. This is going to be the Staff of Aramanco. The way this works here
What's that from?
This is from the Uncharted book, The Fourth Labyrinth. The way this works is, and so we're clear, we did take a little bit of liberty with some of these mysticals for multiplayer. The way this mystical works is upon activation, a staff appears on the map that shows up on radar for both your team and the enemy team. And upon every pulse of the staff, it reveals the enemy team's location on radar. Speaking of radar, as you can see right here, this is a new element added to Uncharted 4 multiplayer. And currently, the way you show up on radar is when you shoot your gun. And when you activate this staff, it shows the enemy positions on radar for a certain amount of time. And that staff can actually get destroyed by the enemy. So that location appears on their radar, and they're able to go out to destroy it for some cash. And we'll cover cash here in a minute. The next exclusive mystical is going to be Indra's Eternity. This is an item that we grabbed from the Uncharted motion comic book. It was a small series that was released post Uncharted 2. And this one is one of my favorites, a lot of fun. The way this works is when the player activates it, they throw a Chris or a dagger into the battlefield, and that activates an AoE that slows down the enemy team. The enemy team can't get out of that AoE. They can still shoot, they can still throw their items, but they are slowed while they're in there. And this one can really have a high impact in the moment-to-moment of a fight.
You can also combine it with some of the other mysticals. Like if you have two players, one like the El Dorado, one has the...
Yeah, absolutely. That actually gets me to the point of one of the things we've really tried to do with these mysticals, I'm glad you mentioned that, Aaron, is that we really tried to focus on synergy. What are the type of combinations that players can put together with these things? So, for example, if someone throws in Indra's Eternity and then a Wrath of El Dorado, well, that's multiplayer madness.
It's a great combination, but it's also hard to coordinate. It requires a lot of teamwork and a lot of cash, so you have to, earn it over time.
Some
Absolutely.
advanced strategy right here.
Oh, yeah. No, it's
Totally.
definitely present.
I want to start seeing some of those videos getting shared, that's for sure.
Absolutely. So why don't we go ahead and move on to the sidekicks? And the first sidekick we're going to take a peek at here is the Savior. So a sidekick is sort of a AI-controlled NPC that you can call when you're in a pinch. And the one we're looking at right here is the Savior. The way the Savior works is that when either the person who called him in, or if any of the person's teammates go into the down state, the Savior goes in to revive them. Additionally, as the Savior is running around with you and your team, the Savior replenishes your ammo and also replenishes time towards your gear. So gear is a new item we've introduced in Uncharted 4 multiplayer, and we'll be covering the different types of gear as we're playing a match here later in the stream. So one of the next sidekicks we're going to look at now is going to be, I think it's the Hunter. Yeah, so the way the Hunter works, this is sort of a NPC that was crafted for Uncharted 2 co-op, and we've brought him in as a sidekick for Uncharted 4 multiplayer. And the way this works is that when the user spawns the Hunter tracks down the nearest enemy and puts him in a chokehold. And the way that works is while in the chokehold, the enemy team can either break out of it by spamming triangle. They can be saved by their teammates when a teammate either shoots the Hunter or just melees them, and the teammate will immediately break them out of the grab. Or they can get killed by the enemy team. The Hunter is a very fun sidekick to use. And one interesting thing to note about sidekicks is that as they lose health, which you see there in the icon above the Hunter, if they're not attacked for a certain amount of time, they'll actually recharge their health. So why don't we go ahead and take a look at the Sniper next? And the way we've sort of crafted the Sniper is to sort of act as a sidekick that sort of defends a position. The way this works is that the user will purchase the Sniper and then press R1 to place them in a position, and anyone who comes within range of what the Sniper can shoot will get targeted. The enemy team is at least given the affordance of seeing the laser beam for the Sniper, so they can see the Sniper beam's presence in a space before entering it. And one cool thing about sidekicks that you see right here is as a sidekick is performing actions for you, they'll sort of be earning cash. And cash is used in the in-game store to purchase items, and we'll look at some of that when we play our first match.
And it's not shown here in the video, but when you purchase the Sniper, they're not placed immediately. You can actually move around a little bit. So let's say that you're in combat, some of your teammates are shooting the enemy, you're able to spawn the Sniper and then inside cover, let's say, and then you can walk out of cover and then place it.
Yeah, absolutely. With the Sniper, you're able to sort of reposition it. So once I spawn the Sniper and I'm way on the other side of the map, I can bring up an option in the store that lets me reposition the Sniper to an area that's closer to me. And the fourth and final sidekick we have is going to be the Brute. The Brute is just a straight up soaks up a lot of damage and throws out a lot of damage. Sidekick. It is expensive to purchase, but with that, it also has the tendency to sort of turn the tide of a fight. Generally, when you're seeing a brute purchase late into a match, it definitely helps a team move forward through the space to attack the enemy team. This one is definitely one that brings a lot of flavor to the moment-to-moment of multiplayer. And that about covers the sidekicks and mysticals that we'll be seeing in the beta. I think we're gonna
Let's go into the game. Yeah, let's see.
let's jump on.
I think everyone wants to see what it's going to look like. So this is going to be what you're going to see later on this week. Down to the menu screen.
December 4th.
And the familiar connecting screen. I'm going to narrate everything that you see for a little bit.
The dial is so soothing. Aaron, you want to go for it?
Sure. I'll talk a little bit about the meta a little bit as we before we jump into the match. This is the message of the day. It tells you about new stuff we've done, changes to the balance of the game. You'll get this updated throughout the beta.
And one thing to note, and we'll mention it later too, is that we'll have we're looking for your feedback on the beta. This is definitely pre-release, so we're testing a lot of things, and part of it's just to gather feedback and impressions from people. So there'll be URL on the message of the day for everyone to take a look at, so that way they can leave us feedback. And then if you're opted into email settings, you may get a survey as well. So there'll be a couple different ways to give us your impressions on the game, or let us know what works, what isn't working. Let us know if you found something that isn't working, and we can try to fix it too during the beta.
Yeah, I'd like to stress that real quick. Your feedback during this beta is crucial for us. So if you have anything to say, jump on the forums and please let us know.
Cool. So this is the challenge pop-up, which happens every time you log in, just to remind you what your challenges are. So the challenges system basically is designed to give you some interesting goals to accomplish while you're playing matches, and when you accomplish those goals, you earn relics, and that's what the little purple icon there is, the little purple star. And you can see that each of these challenges gives you 50 relics, and they're pretty easy to accomplish. You can just win matches. You can do revives. There'll also be a lot more variety with challenges that give you rewards for using certain weapons or certain mysticals, certain sidekicks. So let's just hit X and go into the store, and we can look at what we do with those relics. So this is the out-of-game store, where we kind of unlock different customization vanity items. In the beta, the only thing we have in the store here are vanity items, but in the final game there'll also be some interesting gameplay items you can unlock with relics. So let's use those relics to maybe purchase this vanity chest. It's a treasure chest that gives us some random items.
What's it gonna be?
Yeah. Awesome.
3 taunts.
We got some taunts, so let's check them out. Oh snap! We got the uppercut,
classics,
and we got the kiss it. Cool. So this is an interesting way to kind of unlock new customization items. But if you're interested in just getting a really specific item, you're like, I really just want Tuxedo Drake because he looks awesome. You can also use Uncharted points, which are the orange currency there, to purchase a specific item. So maybe let's just purchase one of these, like Tuxedo Drake.
Looking so suave.
Awesome.
Yeah. Can we buy the aviators too?
Oh yeah, let's do that. So let's look at our hat customization.
Yeah.
Square aviators, those are awesome. Cool. So yeah, there's some cool customization options in the beta. There's a lot more variety in there. Maybe let's just go into customization briefly and take a quick look at some of the other stuff in there. So obviously now we can equip our Tuxedo Drake skin, and we get awesome. Island Lane is cool. And let's take a look at some of the hats we've got. So these are only a small selection of the final hats that will be in the game, and this is just what's in the beta, just to kind of give you guys a taste. You can see some of the classics, like Tenzin's hat from Uncharted 2, the Square Aviators, a classic from Uncharted 3. Cool. Drake's looking pretty suave. I think he's ready to go into battle.
Okay.
That's some great taunts. Cool. All right, so let's jump into a match.
So one of the things you can do here while you're waiting for a match is at the bottom right-hand corner, is what we're calling sort of the player widget, which shows the summary of your relics. Uncharted points and beta points. And when you press square on this, this gives you an idea of how close you are to your next beta point, which we'll cover here in a moment, and where you're at with your current challenges.
So the way the beta points work is that you're earning cash during the match, and once you've earned enough cash, then you'll earn your next beta point. And those are used just during the beta to unlock the different guns and mysticals and sidekicks, correct? All right, looks like we've got a full match. So now you're going to select your loadout. What kind of loadout are you going to use, Vinith?
So I'm going to use the assault loadout.
You're going to do assault loadout?
Yeah. So I like the assault loadout just because I'm an aggressive player. So let's take a look here real quick. So yeah, here's the assault loadout. So I'm a huge fan of Wrath of El Dorado. I'm a really aggressive player, so I throw the El Dorado in. I'll rush after the guys, chase them down, kill them. And of course, I like closer range weapons as well.
Yeah.
There you go, Tuxedo Drake with the aviators.
He's looking like he's going to a fancy party on a boat.
All right, here we go.
All right. So the way the in-game store works is as you're performing in multiplayer with either doing well with your mystical, your sidekick earning cash, or you downing and KOing opponents,
Or picking up treasure.
or picking up treasures that are marked throughout the map on your radar, you'll earn cash. And with this cash, you're able to bring up the in-game store.
Oh, you got lucky on that one. Just charging up the
Ooh,
grappling
look at that.
hook.
That's C4. Someone just so one of the new pieces of gear we have is the revive kit. And the way that works is that it's sort of like a grenade for downed allies, and automatically kicks off a revive for them. Get there, get there, get there. Nice. Oh. So right now, Vinith has $515 cash, and this is the in-game store, which you can bring up while you're playing or while you're waiting to respawn. And in the store, he just upgraded his grenade. We've introduced gear in the moment-to-moment and multiplayer. Gear ranges from everything from a grenade to a revive pack, C4, smoke grenade, and the mine. And as you upgrade these during a match, you can increase the number you're carrying, and you can increase how they function, or change how they function, excuse me. And decrease the time it takes for them to recharge. So with gear, when you use it, it kicks off a timer to recharge.
Tell us about these treasures that Vinith is picking up here.
Yeah, so as the match progresses, you have opportunities to pick up treasures that get marked on your radar. And to see the yellow diamond up there on the radar. The way that works is each treasure you pick up, you get $200 cash and some ammo. You have the chance on a treasure pickup to get a relic, and that relic can then be used to unlock a chest. So what you saw there is that we've really tried to be conscious of improving the melee as compared to the previous Uncharted games. So it's a 3-hit down now, and you're able to roll to avoid. And what Vinith did right there with the rope, once you murk these fools, go back into a charge melee, yeah. You can hold L1, and that'll put you in a charge melee state, and then you press square, and you can down your opponent in 1 hit. So it looks like the villains just threw up the staff of Aramonko. You see it marked there on the radar, and as you're on radar, we let you know clearly, and that's what that icon above Vinith is right now.
When you're charging the melee, that's all you can do, though, right? It's like you're basically leaving yourself weak to
Correct.
being able to shoot. You have to get out of the charge melee.
So the way revive works is that it stacks with more people involved during the revive. It also stacks with a revive pack. So when someone throws a revive pack, it kicks off the revive. Anyone that joins into the revive, it goes faster. Oh, no! So you can roll
Nice
from charge
roll.
melee. Nade. Oh.
There's some help. This is certainly an exciting game. I want to start playing now.
Yeah, I'm actually.
When's our next playtest?
I'm gonna ask Vinith for the controller here in a minute. Sure.
So Vinith just spawned a brute, right?
Correct. Yeah, you can see the brute lays down some heavy firepower, but moves slowly. We were initially the brute moved at the same speed as the other sidekicks, and we realized that was bananas pretty quickly.
And I don't know if you mentioned it during the Sidekick videos, but we're seeing it here where the things that your sidekicks do also earn you cash.
Correct. Yeah, each time the brute damages an opponent, you'll be earning cash. So you might recognize some of the characters from the previous Uncharted games. Vinith was just aiming at Marlowe. That's not there. He's new. Of course, we have Elena. Who are we going to spawn in with here? All right, and then I got my brother Sam. And each character, we were again being conscious of what kind of fan service we can put into the moment-to-moment of MP. I mean, at Naughty Dog, we really aimed to make the games that we're interested in playing, and one thing we were interested in doing was ensuring that we had the characters. We had our characters were expressive of who they are in the moment-to-moment multiplayer. So each character has specific lines written to their persona. So when Drake downs an opponent, he'll say something totally different than if Lazarevich were to down an opponent. We had a wide variety of lines written for a wide variety of events, and in the beta you're only going to see a fragment of those lines. For Ship we'll see a wide variety of much more. Got some relics, KO'd a couple opponents, one more match and we can get some more relics and get some more vanity items. Aaron, you want to run through the custom loadout?
Sure. Should we back out and make a loadout, or because I don't know if we'll have time between matches here to make a full brand new loadout?
Sure. And why don't we back out and make a custom loadout? That's a good idea. So I think I'm going to go with the Metler. The Metler is a new gun we've introduced in Uncharted 4 multiplayer. This is a single-shot rifle that is a hell of a lot of fun to use.
So I see that it's 4 LP. What's that about?
Yeah, tell us about the loadout point system.
So the loadout point system was a lesson that was brought over from The Last of Us that was crafted by that incredible team that made that multiplayer experience. And for Uncharted 4 multiplayer, it was something that helps us as designers really balance how much players can bring into a match. And so, much like The Last of Us, the player is given a total of 25 loadout points once they're able to start customization. And inside of that, for each item you equip into the loadout, it costs a certain number of points to have in your loadout. So the Metler here is costing me 4. Generally don't go too crazy with my pistols, but I really enjoy that revolver for 1. And then here is where I'm actually equipping the items that are going to be present in my store. My personal favorite is Indra's Eternity with a dash of some C4.
Yeah, you love the C4.
I love the C4. A lick of the GL, and we'll just do a sprinkle of the sniper. And so you can see there I'm at about 21 loadout points. And so what I've given up to have a rich in-game store and some weapons I really enjoy playing is that I've given up on the flexibility of my boosters. The boosters in Uncharted 4 multiplayer will upgrade. So as you're unlocking things in the beta, you'll be unlocking boosters that have like a helping hand here, helps me revive allies faster. But as I upgrade it, the speed increases. An ally can get back into full health, and so each booster has a level of impact as they increase in level.
And you're equipping those higher level upgrades in the loadout, and you get them instantly when you start the match. You don't have to purchase them in match, right?
Right. And so we'll run with this one here. And why don't we go back and check out my challenges real quick. All right. One more match. We get some relics, and we can go open up another chest.
You got to revive some more teammates, though.
Yeah.
Well, that
Just
perk will
one.
do that. Helping hand.
Oh, yeah,
Yeah.
that booster helping hand's great.
Yeah.
And you didn't even plan that.
No, it did not. The boosters. So in the process of the beta, boosters were one of the things that we sort of left on the tail end of the dev process because we were clear on what we want to do and how to get there and a wide variety of things like that. But one of the boosters that was really fun to see come into play was down but not out.
Yeah, that's a great booster.
Yeah, that booster is great. And so when you're in the down state, when an opponent puts you in the down state, they can either shoot you or they can come up to you and kick you for a KO. And the way the down but not out booster works is that if you have this booster equipped, when they kick you, it actually takes 2 kicks to put you into the KO state, which leaves a window for allies to come in and save you.
You have more health, basically, so
Yeah,
you
more
can
health,
take more
basically.
bullets while you're in the down state.
That's right.
And then on
That's
the
right.
higher level, you can actually crawl faster as well, right?
Right.
So you can get away. It increases your survivability.
Yeah.
So how customizable is the custom loadouts? Like when we were going through the preset loadouts, I noticed that some of them had like 2 mysticals equipped or 2 sidekicks equipped, I think it was. So when you're doing a custom loadout, how much, given your loadout points, how much flexibility do you have with that?
I mean,
There's a lot.
There's a lot.
Yeah.
There's a lot. We're one of the things we're really interested in seeing from the beta is just what kind of combinations did we not have the foresight to recognize that are going to be incredibly powerful for people to start leveraging. The beta is a critical point for us in the development process for us to actually start balancing things. And with the wide variety that the loadouts currently offer towards players, there's a wide variety of things that you
And
can
one of the
do
best
that
ways
we're
to find
unaware
those
of.
balance issues is to let the community try and break the game and
Absolutely.
try and find it and let us know.
It's
Yeah.
not a balance issue, it's a feature for players.
Yeah, one of my favorite things about the Last of Us loadout system was that you could go without a long gun and be able to have a more perk-heavy loadout. And same thing kind of in this game as well. I think like we gave you the flexibility of having a gear or not gear, and be able to have more boosters in your loadout. I think that's kind of a cool choice to make pre-match.
Yeah, so you could load up a little bit more on the booster side.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah.
That's good.
So we're just here getting everyone back together for the match coming up. I think, Vinith, to your experience, I mean, you played the hell out of The Last of Us MP before you got hired here.
Yeah.
Disregarding the obvious difference of the pace of the game compared to The Last of Us and Uncharted 4 multiplayer, what do you see as some of the major changes with regards to how the store is leveraged compared to The Last of Us?
Well, so one thing with the store in The Last of Us was it's much slower paced. You had to go into your backpack to buy things. We recognize that one of the biggest things in our game is the pace and the fluidity of the gameplay. So we want to make changes to the store that sort of match that. So you can make kind of purchases on the fly, open the store, buy something really quick. You can respond to an encounter with spawning a hunter. It's really fun and it feels really active. And so that's one of the big changes with the store in this game versus The Last of Us was the ability to do that. And I think it's been for the better of the game.
And we went through so many store iterations to get where we are for the beta, guys. You don't understand. A wide variety of iterations for the in-game store that were tried.
Well, we test the multiplayer like once it's in the playable state in development. We're testing it every day internally, and everyone's coming by to you after the games and even sending you emails, providing feedback. So even though this beta is being launched, we've definitely hammered at it and iterated on
Absolutely.
it pretty much every day.
Yeah, and actually one of my favorite parts about the playtest is that people come over and we'll talk about these moments we had during the match, and everyone remembers them, and it's awesome. It's rare to have a game that you get those moments you remember.
Yeah, I think the cool thing that I really saw coming to fruition over time was the fact that we created systems that allow for the creation for a wide, was terrible there, that allowed for a wide variety of short story moments to occur. And it's those water cooler moments that we see a lot of people share after a play test in the office. All right, I got to perform, so you guys got to speak to
But I thought
Awesome,
this
I'll
was
be
the hazing
playing.
ritual where you've got to talk and play the game at the same time. And we'll test you on it.
I can do it, but I mean, there's
So
a
you
lot
just
of people
blew up an
watching.
enemy mine there, right?
Correct.
Yeah.
And now you're trying using this secondary zoom on that meddler weapon.
On the Metler. The
Which is
Metler
nice.
is so good.
So this is one of the maps I really like because there's a couple like one-way spots where you can only go in one direction. There's some really good like high up
my
vantage
God.
points as well where you can use the Metler. What were you thinking about? Like I know some of the maps you had some real distinct thoughts or philosophies behind how you wanted to design them with sight lines and how players flowed through them. What was the thought process behind this map?
So that's one for Robert.
Oh,
Who's busy playing?
Sorry, I'm performing. I got to perform.
I'm
for
asking you a
everybody.
question.
Yeah, so the philosophy for our maps from once we realized that we were going to really latch on to a rich competitive game was to try to create spaces that let teams move together and also facilitate the idea of fronts that I spoke to earlier. We really wanted the layouts to allow players to run into each other in large numbers. And so we had to create spaces that would facilitate that as often as possible. This is a bad idea. It's a bad idea.
You're too busy focused on the challenges. Is that what happened? Or at least just say yes.
Well, I mean, camaraderie, right? I can't let Elena go down when I'm playing as Drake. That's unacceptable.
But yeah, we're a strong believer in teamwork. A lot of our mechanics are sort of designed around teamwork. The revive system, the radar itself is a big part, kind of awareness of where your teammates are and where the enemies are. And yeah, team fights. Like we think team fights are a lot more
there's a
fun than
C4.
1v1.
Love that C4 so much.
That was a great little bait you did there.
Yeah, that was real good.
I know. Thanks, guys.
Robert's an
let's-
expert at the C4.
Yeah, I don't know about that.
Probably going to be the only time I'm ever going to see that because I definitely don't have that much foresight when I play.
I was gonna get some Indra's Eternity action there, but
Yeah, it's interesting actually. So each of us in the design team sort of gravitate to a different type of gear. We've sort of become like the owners of the gear that we love, and so we try to put as much effort into making it feel as awesome as we can. And so Robert's particularly interested in the C4.
Whoa, there goes the
Get anybody?
opportunity.
I didn't get anybody. Oh, he's in it. Get to.
It looks like someone comboed it with the Wrath of
Yep.
El Dorado there. This is a close match. Oh, somebody using Chitamani.
that was awesome.
Revive.
Root down.
So it looks like you got a lot of cash there for killing a sidekick.
Yes, the sidekicks as they perform increase in the level of cash they can offer towards the enemy team when they're taken out.
Sort of one of our goals with all of our more powerful mechanics is that there should be some kind of counterplay or comeback that's built into it. So even with NPCs, they're powerful. The sidekicks, they're powerful, but of course the counter is that they're worth a lot of money to the enemy team.
Oh, gotta get my treasure. Yeah, I've been a relic fiend since we've introduced the ability to get. No relic. Damn it.
So when the beta launches later this week, there's only one mode in there, right?
Correct.
But we've got many modes planned.
Yeah, we'll be revealing more modes as we approach ship.
So this beta doesn't cover everything. It's still a small taste of a lot of things that we have yet to reveal.
Yeah, absolutely. No, absolutely. I mean, we've definitely wanted to be pretty data hungry, and so we've have a wide variety of things that are in the game that'll be in the beta. But there's so much more to show off.
Oh boy. Nice.
So as you kill players, they have a chance of dropping a relic, and it's that beautiful purple particle there. you pick them up and.
That's getting you closer to buying your next treasure chest.
Correct.
And I saw some people asking, just to remind everyone, the beta starts on December 4th, so later this week. You'll have to own Uncharted Nathan Drake Collection, and that gives you exclusive access into the multiplayer beta, and it runs till December 13th.
We got to fix that bug.
Yeah, and speaking of bugs, it is a beta, so you can definitely expect some bugs, probably some crashes.
Absolutely. You saw Elena just throw 2 grenades there. That's because she upgraded her grenade that allows her to charge up to 2.
Well, it does take quite a while to earn enough.
Absolutely.
Earn 2 grenades.
Yeah, just real quick regarding bugs, given this is a beta, please don't hesitate if you see something that looks terribly wrong, letting us know.
Yeah, we'll be making updates to the beta as it's going through the 10 days that it's live.
Right on. Throw the staff, throw the staff. Oh, someone's gonna gin out. That's cool.
Oh, you got a guy behind you. So you're preparing your charge melee there just in case there was someone around the corner?
I was looking at my radar when my teammate threw down a staff, and now I'm chasing Elena down. But I didn't have to because we just won.
Wow, D-Ball's still rocking it.
Yeah, D-Ball, David Ballard.
One of our better players and better map designers.
Man. 14, so you're only 5 down. That's why he's so good.
Yeah. All far better players than I am,
You want
sadly.
to try rolling around?
Sure. So I'm just going to back out briefly and make
I'll go open a chest, open a chest.
Oh, all right, sure. Let's go open a chest. All right, here we go. What am I going to get? Cool. We got a new hat. We got
Couple
2
taunts.
taunts. Oh, we got the cowboy hat.
Yes.
Awesome. And we got the yes taunt.
Oh, so one of the new things we have is that we have taunts with props, and so we just unlocked the binocular taunt. So once you
Let's check that
Sure,
out.
yeah.
Nice. That's awesome.
checking out KO in your ass. All right.
Okay, let's go equip that cowboy hat actually. There we go. Cowboy hat with tuxedo. It's a good
Classy.
combo.
You can't go
Yeah.
wrong with that, really. That's a formal attire in Texas.
All right, cool. I'm going to make a little close range loadout. I'm going to use the MP34A, which is a great little submachine gun. Has a really nice rate of fire and pretty low recoil.
Wait, let me guess. You're going to go with the Uzi, or the automatic pistol.
Automatic pistol is one of my favorites.
It's Aaron Daly's favorite.
It's a great gun. And shout out to Robert Ryan, who tuned and designed all these weapons, which are awesome. I'm going to go with the... I think I'm going to go with Smoke Bomb, actually. This is
Smoke
kind of
Bomb's
part of
fun.
my rusher loadout, where I like to try and confuse what's going on, and then I kind of rush through the smoke, try to take people out.
Han Solo. Just
Actually, I'd like to mention one thing while you're looking at these. Just go to your next store item you're going to get to. Is that for each item in your loadout, we actually have videos associated with them.
That's right. So you
And
can
so
see
you're
how
able to
they
take a
work.
peek, yeah.
Give you a good preview of what the item is.
So I'm gonna
Absolutely.
go with
And how
the
to use it.
gin, and then I'm gonna give myself. Yes. All right. I'm gonna equip the Condor, which is our kind of automatic shotgun. It's a pretty powerful weapon, but also quite expensive, so you really have to save up for it. And then I'm gonna give myself some boosters here. Let's see here. I'm gonna go with Treasure Hunter because I like earning some more cash when I pick up treasures. And I also get to see when there's a relic, so I can make sure I go after those. And what else? I'm going to go with, let's see, Scavenger. Give myself some additional ammunition whenever I kill an enemy. And what else? Down but not out is a great one when you're rushing in. You're going to get downed pretty frequently, and so this kind of keeps you alive a little longer.
Yeah, good call.
Cool. All right, so this is my little rusher loadout.
One thing we've done with regards to balance in the moment to moment is that as you purchase these items in the store, they'll actually increase in price during a match. So Aaron's got the automatic shotgun there in his loadout, the Condor, that starts off at a base price of $700. But when you purchase it once, it's at $700. Then when you purchase it again, I think it goes up to $1,000. I forgot what price it goes to after the.
Yeah, I'm not sure. It might be 900 after the
900.
second purchase. But yeah, it escalates, which is great because it means like you can hit those really hard decisions of like, do I really want to keep buying the same weapon over and over? Maybe I want to diversify my strategy a little bit. It also kind of helps us creates a natural balancing for players who are particularly good with a certain weapon. It's a really powerful weapon, but they can't use it in all the game. They can't use it throughout the whole match. It has a natural kind of limit to it. And that was something we brought over from Last of Us as well, which worked really well.
Right.
Let's see here.
Well, and so the idea of the presets and the custom loadouts is really to customize to your gameplay style. Like some people are asking, they're looking for particular classes or that sort of thing. And it's like if it's not in one of the presets, if you're either a rushing player or you like to hang back and with a sniper or more accurate weapons, you can go into the custom loadouts and definitely tailor it to the style that you want to play.
I mean, regarding playstyles, one of the things that we were incredibly conscious of as we were crafting all these systems together is that we really wanted to create opportunities for support. Support was something that was never really present.
We're going to give people a little sneak peek of one of the other maps here.
Oh.
Yeah.
Oh.
Hasn't been shown before.
Shut down the Twitch stream. Shut it down.
Hey, Rob, we don't have to show it if you don't want.
Oh, no. It's fine. This is just a mistake.
No, it looks like we're not going to show this one, actually. Sorry, folks. We're going to hang on to that one for later.
That one's a little special map.
So wait, we're not launching the game once it comes out with only 2 maps?
I don't even know
There's
how
more maps out there?
That shouldn't even be there. That shouldn't be there. How'd that happen?
But we're definitely going to have more maps. I think we're launching with 8 new maps, right?
Correct.
There's 8?
Correct.
8 new maps for the launch of the game in March.
Yep. Yeah, all brand new maps. Each of them leveraging scenarios that you'll be seeing in single player, environments you'll be seeing in single player.
So I'm going to see if I can do a combo with like purchasing my gin and my shotgun perhaps at the same time, and then teleporting up people, shotgunning them. It's actually surprisingly difficult to do.
It's hard to do.
It's not a super powerful, like overpowered kind of combination. You have
But
to
there are those who are good at doing it.
Yeah.
Looking at you, Nick Mazur.
Quentin, one of our players.
Q-Train,
amazing at using the gin.
So good. Yeah, that was one of the first combinations when we were looking at gin and looking at introducing these heavy weapons into the store. I was like, shotgun gin. That's going to be a combination.
Yep.
That's going to be a lot of fun to master.
You should toss on a smoke bomb first.
Yeah,
And dash through it.
totally.
Yeah.
That's what I've been trying to focus on.
So I'm just going through some questions while we're at
Great,
it.
yeah.
Sure.
So just to confirm, this is a global beta, so everyone around the world and all of
Worldwide
the
launch.
PSN regions will be able to play it. And I guess I was talking about 8 new maps, but there is a DLC plan that we haven't talked about.
Yeah.
There's a plan for content post-launch that we're working on.
Mm-hmm.
And so once we get a better idea of how that content rollout is and stuff, we'll be talking about that closer to launch. So everyone has an idea of what type of support. But I think one of the great things we've always done is that we've always supported our games really well post-launch, either by having the servers up for a really long time, with Uncharted 2 and 3 servers still up, and just a ton of content.
Yeah, we're really excited about the number of things we'll be introducing once the game launches on March 18th.
People keep asking about modes, but we'll be talking about more modes later. Like we're focused on Team Deathmatch,
Correct.
For the beta, both to get your impressions and to start getting some of our data as well. But we'll be revealing again. There's a lot more to the multiplayer beta that we're revealing, and so some of it's going to be modes as well. There's other characters as well. There's just a small snippet of what we'll have out there.
Some characters you'll see in the trailer, but there are many more.
Yeah, just because they're not in the beta doesn't mean that, and you saw them in the trailer does not mean that they won't be available in the end.
Oh.
There.
That would have been really sweet, rushing through the smoke, taking somebody out with that one hit.
I almost got that.
Yeah,
It's hard
that's
to
the
do.
dream. It's got Marlo. There's Flynn.
No. Oh boy.
Oh.
That's that Pistolet depot. Yeah, I shouldn't have tried to take out the whole team there.
Yeah, speaking of modes, actually, we've been testing a bunch internally, and there's some promising results. So really excited to
Such a
reveal that
tease.
eventually.
Some promising results, but I won't tell you about it right now.
So I'm gonna try flank here. Oh,
So team deathmatch is 5v5.
Correct.
Some people weren't. We were going through the loading screens real quick, so they didn't see how many characters are on. So it's a 5v5 total 10-player team deathmatch.
Correct.
So the beta will be roughly available worldwide at the same time. If you've gone through a lot of the betas we've had before, it rolls out over regions just because everyone's at a different time zone. So it'll be available throughout the day, so it might not be exactly, not everyone will be able to jump in at the exact same time. But generally, everybody should be pretty close to each other.
God damn that. Ouch. T-ball.
He's so good.
Alright, I'm gonna try buying a gin here. See if I can turn things around. This game's not going so well for me so far. First, I'm gonna pick up some more treasure though.
I saw in the trailer, and there's a little bit in our other map, but there's some degree of destructibility with our environments as well, right?
The environments are dynamic. Destructibility is definitely a term I wouldn't use for what we're doing with our environments, but we've definitely been conscious of introducing little snippets of bringing the environment to life in high action areas. Like, for example, those sandbags that you see there, the top sandbags morph as they get shot. In the market on this Madagascar city map, you'll see a wide variety of objects go flying in the air, from fruit to containers. And then we've also leveraged some key landmarks throughout the map that'll break apart as they're getting damaged. Yeah.
Oh, nice rope. Nice charge melee there.
So I was able to use the gin to kind of like flank around the enemy a little bit, get a good position on that guy who was in cover.
So speaking to the design of the charge melee a little bit, originally this was kind of meant as a replacement for the stealth kills we had in previous games. The reason behind it was we wanted some kind of more interesting gameplay behind the charge melee. We wanted some kind of way for players to react and be able to dodge, and for the attacking player to kind of premeditate that stealth attack.
He's got rope melee.
Yeah, there's actually our classic rope melee from the single player trailers.
Yep. While you're in midair, you can land on an opponent with square. Yeah, melee was definitely, looking back on Uncharted 2 and Uncharted 3, melee was definitely one of the weaker aspects of the core systems, and we were very conscious of what we could do to make it better, and we feel that what we've done with 3 hit down now and the charge melee and getting roll to function a lot better to avoid melee, we've definitely made melee far more interesting.
We use a kind of a term internally called Yomi, which is, some of you may know, it's a term kind of coined by David Serlin. It's about kind of reading the situation and being able to respond, and so we want to mail it to be kind of dynamic in that sense, kind of predict what your enemy's going to do and be able to dodge out of the way and kind of have more interesting melee encounters that don't just evolve into double downs.
Yeah, for anyone interested in video game development, Serlin.net.
Yes.
Legit website to go to.
Yeah, that guy's a smart man.
Yeah, there we go.
Oh, Sully went down. Oh, that was nice. Zarvich is coming around, watch out. Left. Oh, backseat driving, sorry, Aaron.
Oh, that's good.
I'm not going to be a backseat gamer.
No.
Oh, that was close.
That was a pretty good job, though. I don't think I've really ever successfully rolled away from someone trying to melee attack me, but
Oh, really? Yeah,
my reflexes aren't that good, I guess.
pretty effective. It's one of the big things we did with the melee. Is make sure people always have a counter to it. It's not a guaranteed kill.
Yeah.
Okay.
A couple of people missed Dave Serlin, so it's serlin.net.
Correct.
SIRLIN.net.
That's right. Mm-hmm.
I'm trying to get to a bunch of questions, but keep scrolling by real fast.
Ooh.
Oh
boy.
So, how long do matches take? What are the win conditions for TDM in the beta?
Currently, the match length is 12 minutes, and the goal is 35 kills.
That's the maximum match length, though. Like the actual match length is Typically a fair bit shorter than that, right?
Yeah,
It
match
times
length-
out at 10 minutes.
Yeah, it generally varies between 8 to 10 minutes. All depends on the caliber of players.
Oh, that was it.
Well, we got a couple of minutes left on the stream, so maybe we can just go through a few more questions.
Already?
Yeah. Time flies, doesn't it?
Man, that's a bummer.
Well, we can try to see if we can jump in one more match while we answer a bunch
Sure.
of questions if you want. We don't have to end right on time.
No, yeah.
Keep showing the game.
We should answer a lot more questions. What else you got?
So you see, I'm looking at questions instead of playing. That's the fun part. I don't get the fun part. Let's see, what else?
Go open a chest.
Oh, do I have enough noise?
Yeah.
Yeah, all right, let's go open another chest. Awesome.
Oh.
Here we go.
Yes,
We got a new
what's the
style.
outfit? What's the outfit?
People are asking about
Sam, I'll take it.
Some people are asking about the size of the beta download, which I know I wrote about and I completely forgot. So I think it's 7 gigs is the download for all regions, but it'll look different on the install size will be different on each PS4 depending on if you're in Europe and you have other languages installed.
The download size is no less than 7 and no greater than 11. I can't recall exactly what it is.
Yeah, I think it
varies per region.
Yeah, it varies per region, but I think it's generally about 7 for everybody. But the install size will be different, even though the initial download is only 7 gigs.
So one of the cool things you can do in the beta is you can go full tuxedo team for the heroes, with the exception of Elena. She has kind of an island outfit, but everybody else has formal attire.
But Island Elena with aviators looks amazing.
That is a cool combination. Yeah, big props to our character team. They've done just an amazing job on these characters. Like, we actually can't even believe that these are actually the same models that we use in the multiplayer game. Like,
Just looks extraordinary.
if you just get closer to the character, this is the exact same model that we use, which is amazing. Character team has done a phenomenal job.
Yeah, absolutely extraordinary job. Truly next gen looking.
One of my favorite characters is Orca. He's got some cool shades, and when you put on different hats, he always keeps his shades on.
That's what Orca does.
Yeah. So I think we've got the
Yeah.
balaclava.
A former outfielder in baseball with those sunglasses on.
And even when he put on the aviators, he's still got his other shades on.
He's a little like Exhibit. He heard you like shades, so he's got shades on top of his shades.
Right. Cool. Were there any other questions there, or is that the...
We're busy talking. So people are asking about when exactly the beta launches. We haven't set a time yet, but it will be on December 4th. So just stay tuned, and we'll let you know once it's live.
The exact time.
When it's rolling around across all regions. Let's see. There's a lot of questions about things that we're not talking about yet or we haven't revealed yet. So there's a lot more going into the beta that we haven't revealed yet, or into multiplayer that we haven't revealed yet. So beta is going to be just a small section of what you're able to see in the final game.
With that said, there is a lot of content in the beta, though. I mean, this is actually a much broader beta than you typically get in most betas. You know, like, we play a lot of betas from other games, and we're like, okay, yeah, they gave us a few guns, they gave us a few abilities and stuff. Like, we're going to give players a lot of things to play with because we really want feedback on all that stuff. We really want them to try it, yeah.
And definitely a lot of other characters, including fan favorites. You just might not see them in the beta. But if you look at the multiplayer trailer, you'll see a lot of the other characters that you'll be able to see in multiplayer as well. And then, I'm pretty sure that there is no preload for the beta as well. Let's see.
Like Lazarevich with the golfer hat. You know, he's got that kind of like mean look to him, but he's like, hey, I'm kind of going out on the links today.
But he has a soft side, too. Yeah. You can't go wrong with that.
Everybody looks good with aviators.
Legit. You want to jump into another match?
Oh, sure. Are we doing another match? I thought this was...
Yeah, if you wanted to. We've got time. We can do
Great.
one
so
more
maybe
match.
Vinithia could make a loadout
Sure.
and
I'm gonna
dive
do
in.
my classic. This is my favorite right here. I'm gonna go with the shotgun.
You can just add a new loadout, by the way. You don't have to
good call.
change the existing one.
Let's do that. So I'll go shotgun.
So a lot of work's also been put into the character models for multiplayer. I mean, they're looking really good.
Absolutely.
When I was walking by a lot of the character team, I saw them working on it. I was like, I had no idea that that was actually going into the beta at the time.
Yeah,
or
yeah.
into multiplayer at the time.
Yeah,
too.
regarding, with not only with the characters you see in the beta, but the wide variety of other characters that will have it ship. These characters are going to have a very rich set of vanity items associated with them, and they're all going to look incredible. Really looking forward to showing the rest of the character roster as we approach launch of all the different characters we'll be able to play as in multiplayer.
So Vanessa, why don't you go back in the loadout and tell us what you made there?
Okay, so, well, I love the shotgun. It's kind of a recent addition to the game, but really suits my style of aggressive play. I got the Raffica as sort of a backup pistol, long-range scenarios. Injures Eternity, I think, combos really well with the shotgun. So Injures Eternity, as you may remember, slows down players in an area. So I just kind of rush them as they're slowed down. It works really, really well. Revive Pack, I like to support my teammates still, so I use the Revive Pack as sort of both a support tool as well as it also generates kind of good cash. China Lake is my favorite power weapon. Just love the feeling of like stunning a guy and then downing him. It's really great. Hunter is also another one that kind of combos well with the shotgun because someone will get grabbed and I'll go up to them and shotgun them in the face. And then Cash Trip is one of our boosters that increases the amount of cash you get kind of per tick. We have this kind of passive cash that you're getting throughout the match. So this is just a good way for me to generate more cash for my loadout.
So for just talking about the beta, I'm trying to go through a bunch of the questions. So
Sure.
again, and people keep asking about different modes and different features about the game. So we're talking about what's in the beta right now. There's a lot more other things that are going into the final version of multiplayer that we haven't been able to reveal yet, but we will before it launches. So there's a much bigger picture to how multiplayer is. So there will be more modes and other things as well. Someone did ask, why is Aaron so cool? I'll leave that for you to answer.
Why are you so cool, Aaron? Do you want to speak to that?
So another one is, let's see. I'm trying to go through all these questions. We're getting a lot of requests already from people about the guns that they see in the game. So it'd be good if play the game a little bit and leave us feedback in the beta forums, or if you get the survey, and go to the link. Give the game a chance. I mean, we spent a lot of time iterating it and balancing everything. So we'd really like you to hammer at it. Let's see.
That's what the loadout shows.
So people are asking what or what does not carry over from beta into the final multiplayer game.
Oh, there'll be nothing that'll carry over.
Yeah, the beta is always self-contained.
Correct. Yeah, the beta will stand entirely on its own.
And that's part of it because we're still developing a lot of, we'll be iterating on the feedback that we get. So things will be changing. So trying to carry some of that stuff over wouldn't really apply later on.
Yeah, that was awesome.
Oh, that car exploded.
I think we've actually just recently reduced the radius on that explosion. It's a little large. So Vinith likes to use his revive pack instead of doing a normal revive so that he can keep fighting while he's reviving his teammates. I know,
Yep.
that's one of his tactics, which is awesome.
So Madagascar City is one of our maps that tries to facilitate a little more long-range combat. So I'm interested in seeing how Vinith here rolls with the shotty.
The beta lasts till December 13th. Someone was asking if there'll be a headshot indicator. So when you kill someone on the right side, it'll indicate if you've managed to get them with a headshot as well. So again, the beta, yeah, it's answered already there, but the beta runs from December 4th to the 13th.
And yeah, there definitely are headshot indicators in the game, both when you're doing a headshot on a player and then also when you get down by a headshot. We tell you in the kill card. I really like these towers that one of our designers made this map, Rodney. Create some cool verticality, give you some rope options. Oh no! Yeah, awesome rope melee.
Ah, and I got killed by this guy over here.
Diva? No.
Yeah. Rodney, actually.
Rodney, nice.
Gonna buy my Interest of Trinity.
Yes.
Let's wreck some fools here. Alright. Oh shit.
Well, someone asked if the spawns are random, which they're not. Obviously, we're placing people. We're spawning teammates together.
Nice.
Yeah, absolutely.
Yeah.
Yeah, no, the spawn point, the spawn system's been something that we've no doubt looked at quite a bit to facilitate what we're trying to do by creating fronts and such. And so the spawn system is not random. It actually takes a wide variety of things into account.
Some people asked
as to
about
where you should
medals,
get
and there's
placed.
one that just popped up a second ago.
Correct. The medals in the beta is a little light compared to previous Uncharted games.
Oh, but it's a beta as well.
But for ship, we'll have a wide variety of more medals present.
You see players doing a lot of revives, and you might think that's, just for the stream, but actually we do this all the time when we're playing, because it's actually the most effective way to play the game is to keep your team alive.
Absolutely.
And most high-level players, they're reviving constantly. We've seen some of our best QA guys, they use the Chintamani stone. Like, the moment a player goes down, they're trying to revive them instantly with Chintamani, which is super effective, but also costly, and you can only use it in a few number of times before you run out of cash.
I'm gonna follow my hunter here. He's gonna seek out targets for me.
So we keep getting a lot of questions, and I'll just keep reiterating that we haven't revealed all of the modes and all of the options for the beta. Again, the beta is going to be just a limited look at what goes into the final version of multiplayer. We'll be revealing a lot more of that once we're closer to launch.
Oh, no.
Oh, that's a shame.
How's the change of events? Oh crap. Eldorado. Try to crawl to my teammate here. Oh, I got hit by Medkit.
Medkit, nice.
Oh,
Yeah.
Oh, nice job.
So that was a great example of how the hunter can be taken out by an effective team.
Yeah, the sidekicks generally are less effective when you're having a team really sort of coordinate themselves around taking them out.
It looked like they were focus firing from a distance on that hunter
Yeah,
as he was
absolutely.
approaching, so it wasn't able to get a grab there.
So there's only 2 maps in the beta, but we're launching with 8. And if you missed it, you almost got a sneak preview of a third map that we have
Yeah,
in
I don't
development.
know what that shouldn't be on there. I don't know why that's on there.
Looks like someone else has a hunter out here.
So we have a handy quick weapon swap that we put in. L2 square. It's really
Oh,
useful
yeah,
for
good call.
these kind of loadouts where you have close range and long range combined.
Oh boy.
Oh, mine got
Another
you.
mine.
Nice.
Gonna try to crawl over to my teammate here. Oh, nice. Oh, damn. Should have fell off. I'm gonna upgrade my gear some more.
Yeah, one of the great things to do when you're in the downstate is actually just move to some cover. It allows you to not only be protected, but also your allies as they come in for the revive. Oh.
Oh, he's got a
boy.
brood out. This is going to be tough. And,
And a hunter.
So
just got
someone
both.
Nice.
someone's asking if you can take multiple sidekicks. So that's something that is possible.
Absolutely. In your in-game story, you can equip up to 3 sidekicks if you want to.
The only key is that you can't spawn more than one at a time. So you have that limit.
Yeah, if you have a sidekick alive and you spawn a new one, it will kill your current sidekick. It's a close match.
Yeah, this is a really close match.
Some people are asking about the controller customization options in terms of which triggers you can use and if that type of stuff is being switched. I know in our single player that we were investigating a lot of options. We were talking about that.
Oh, do it. Do it.
Nice.
Oh,
Did you get them?
we got Marlowe.
No.
Ah, missed them. That was
The controller customization options aren't as rich as we want them quite yet. But for those who are interested, and I know there are a few of them, we do currently have the option to save your shoulder swap, which was
there is also the L1, like R1 swapped with like L2 R2, I think. And
did that make?
I thought that was in there.
Oh no, we should look at that one.
Well, it's something.
We'll
it's
look
something.
after this.
It's definitely something that we're considering. If it's not in the beta, it's something
Absolutely.
we're definitely looking into.
Yeah,
absolutely.
Like we're really trying to put in a lot of controller customization options and really listen to their feedback from previous games.
C4.
Especially things like the shoulder swap.
Damn. Oh, I have 15 health left.
Like I disabled shoulder swap. We were talking about this yesterday because I'm really hard on the
Press
R3
it
button. So.
accidentally, yeah.
All right, this is a really close match.
This is pretty good.
We've seen games like this turn around, though, where we're up 33-29 and then the other team wins. Oh, my God, no way. All right, last kill.
Oh, nice.
That was a good match to end on.
That was a very good match to end on.
Pretty good. All right, well, we're going to have to wrap up the stream, but I know we've got a ton of questions. If you play the multiplayer beta this weekend and take a look, feel free to go in there and ask us questions as well. We're going to be in there answering questions once you get your hands on. I think that's going to be the big thing is make sure that you play the beta, give us feedback.
Absolutely.
And that wraps it up for today. So I hope everyone's enjoyed the first look at the beta. We're looking forward to joining you in a few days. If you want to get the Uncharted Nathan Drake collection. That's your exclusive entryway into the beta. We look forward to playing with you. And we'll have a couple streams we're working on, so we'll announce a few more Twitch streams that will happen during the beta as well. So stay on the lookout on naughtydog.com for that.
Yeah, can't wait to hear y'all's thoughts when we go live December 4th. Don't hesitate to let us know what you think.
All right. Thanks a lot, guys.
Awesome.
We'll see you later.
Cheers.
Adios.